Welcome to Getter Trash, episode 166, Dogtooth. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jason.
So, this may be the most bullshit movie we have ever watched.
What?
Fuck this movie. That's my review, I'm done. Go.
I was gonna say, move over Alien, because I found that new favorite. No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Well, I could see how you would fall asleep to this.
Long
periods of film where nothing happens, and it's completely silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's very little music.
It's diegetic music.
Mm-hmm.
Means it only comes from sources within the movie.
Yeah.
I just taught a word to someone out there.
And someone in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of just like, okay, go ahead and cut kind of things where you're watching.
Oh, fuck yeah. I think this movie was maybe 20 minutes long, if cut in proper places.
Yeah. Yeah. So, who told me that this was good? I swear, like, originally I would have swore that it was you, but then you were like, no, I've never heard of it. And I was like, oh, maybe it was Kathleen, so I asked her, and she said she'd never heard of it. And then I asked Doogie, and he said he'd never heard of it. And you three are the only three people I know that watch movies.
That is one of your magic customers.
Oh, it could have been.
You know, they have dubious taste anyway. Well, if you ever remember, kick him in the shin for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
Or
that.
better yet, jump on top of them with a pair of garden clippers.
So you loved the movie. I'm sensing. Not a good movie.
Nope.
And I did think the same thing during the movie that you just said a minute ago, that like this definitely felt more like a short film.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the ideas and the just like the nugget in there somewhere
Right.
of the writing. Like, I thought that was a really good idea for a story. Like, I could see it being a really good Vertigo comic, or a really good short film, or even a really good, like, comedy film if it was more funny.
But this is hilarious.
That's what the cover says. I know. That was one of the things I wanted to look at on the box. I was like, yeah, it does. It says hilarious. And on the back it says it's a ingenious dark comedy.
Yeah. None of those words are right.
No. Yeah, it's not ingenious or dark or funny.
Nope.
I mean, there's like two chuckly scenes.
I mean, it's, yeah. Yeah, there's one scene where both of us kind of laughed out loud.
Yeah. Involved the evil monster
Right.
attacking in the backyard.
I mean, it's dark, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple dark scenes.
It's you know, a dark concept, overall. Like,
basically, I can't remember. Are you telling the plot at the beginning of the recordings?
When I can.
Okay.
Sometimes I just can't.
Yeah, this could be one of those. Right?
This might be one of those, yeah.
So it's basically about some overbearing parents.
Yeah, at its core.
And they keep their kids in the dark and lie to them about
Everything.
everything. Yeah, they won't let them leave they can't go any further than the backyard.
Nope.
Or the front driveway.
Right.
And
yeah, they're not allowed to know the meanings of certain words.
like anything that would connect with freedom or escape or
Right.
like.
But even then, like, just other words that really don't even mean that. It just seems random. Yeah.
Well, like motorway was one because
Right.
it made me think like, you know, they don't want them to know what a motorway is because then they'd want to go see the motorway or
Right.
travel on the motorway. But yeah, like any sort of like what they consider perverse or or morally corrupting concepts they
Right.
won't let their kids learn about.
Except for the ones that they teach them about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a big part of this is, the father invites someone into the home, I guess because the son is starting to develop sexual desires.
Right.
And he pays a coworker to have sex with his son.
Yep.
And that's where it kind of gets dark.
Yeah. Well, mostly when she leaves, or is not allowed to come around anymore.
Yeah.
That's when it gets creepily dark.
Yeah.
But still not good.
No, not good, yeah. And I would love to see this remade as an American movie and, like, plug in, like, you know, some more dark comedy. Like, spruce up the dark comedy elements because I think it has the potential there to be a really funny, weird, dark movie that, you know, makes a statement about society and, you know, blah, 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 but...
I don't.
You really? You don't
I think this
so?
is the pinnacle of what this movie is trying to tell.
I think it really has something that it could have been, but it just never made it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I just like the concept of parents who, like, they wouldn't let their kids leave the backyard and they, like, you know, teach them all these false meanings of words and things. And
Wasn't that The Village?
Village? I never saw The Village.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, I never saw it.
I think it's about a group of people who decide that they're tired of the world, so they protect their kids by pretending to be, like, you know, in the 1800s.
Oh, really?
They're not allowed to leave the village, and
Huh.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
They keep them scared by pretending to be monsters in the woods. Yeah.
But I think it would be better if it was a comedy, though. Like a dark, like they upplayed the comedy element of
Yeah, I
it.
still don't see this working. It didn't work for Shyamalan. It's not working for whoever the fuck this guy is. Greek
Lathamos or
man.
something. Yeah. Disappointing.
Not disappointing. Terrible.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
Right.
Mostly due to the blurb on the cover that said hilarious.
Yeah.
And then on the back the description that said this was a lot like a Michael Haneke or Gaspar Noé movie. Two of probably the darkest, most depressing filmmakers alive.
Right. I'm unfamiliar with either of their work.
Don't recommend either of them. Gaspar Noé directed, I believe that's the same guy. He directed a movie called Irreversible, which is a horrible tale about a rape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It goes on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds terrible too.
And it's told backwards. That's the gimmick! And then Michael Haneke directed Funny Games, which is not good.
So if I did a graphic novel adaptation of Dogtooth,
I wouldn't read it.
you wouldn't?
Nope.
Would you scan it in for me at least?
I would scan it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I really honestly do think it could have been good. Like, I think the core of the concept is interesting to me, at least. But, yeah, just poorly executed. It was boring. Like, you know, granted it was in another language and we were reading subtitles, but it even felt like the actors weren't that great. Like,
Right.
It felt like everything was kind of stilted and, like, yeah, and it was a little too artsy with the camera angles lingering and not moving, like...
Right.
I mean, at least at first, when it opened up, it was just like a tight shot, and there was like no establishing shot really for a while.
Right.
And like, I think that was probably on purpose to add claustrophobia and like kind of mimic, you know, the reality that those kids were having. But yeah, too little. I mean, too little good tricks in it. It just didn't work.
Yeah, I thought a lot of it just was there for shock purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
Especially towards the ending, with no real reason for that happening. And then other things that just happened for no reason, you know. Such as, if you're looking confused for me to give you an example.
No, I was thinking of something I was gonna mention, like, that I was confused about,
Okay.
but I was gonna see if maybe you were talking about the same thing.
Go ahead.
I'm confused about, okay, because there's a point in the movie where this dangerous animal enters their yard,
Right.
and turns out it's a kitty cat.
Yeah.
And
It's a cute little kitty cat.
it's super cute.
Black and white.
And then, like, like, they freak out about that, and the son, spoiler, kills the cat with some garden shears.
Right. Which, again, is what I hope you do to the person who recommended this to you.
But then,
So start carrying garden shears.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, if I'm gonna ever leave my backyard, which is never again. But yeah, and then there's the father hears about this because he's at work, and I guess apparently the mom calls him and tells him. And on the way home, he slashes up his pants and pours fake blood all over himself.
Right.
And he comes home and tells them that their brother was killed by a cat.
Right.
And when he said that, I thought he was talking about the brother that killed the cat with the shears, and I thought, like, all of a sudden he was going to be disappeared into the night and never seen again.
Right.
Who were they talking about?
From what I gathered, it's never made clear, but they apparently think they have a brother who is over the fence, that, he left home because his dog tooth fell out, or whatever the fuck this movie was about. Because earlier in the movie, when the son is washing the car, and then he's arguing at the fence with no one about how much better he is at washing the car.
Yeah, I was confused about that too.
Yeah, it's the mysterious brother that left the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't made very clear.
Nope. Also, all those scenes we described could not be in this movie, and, well, I'm not going to say it would be fine, but,
It would have been just as fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Man. I really wanted to like this movie after reading the description. Like, I really did. Like, that's too bad.
I was, expecting a handful of, pretentious bullshit. And that's, actually I got like 3 handfuls of pretentious bullshit.
There was enough pretentious bullshit to go around. John Waters liked it.
Yeah, well, John Waters can go suck a dick. He probably has. Thus fulfilling my prophecy.
Oh. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nope.
You're just prophesying.
This one?
Except for this movie.
Except for this movie.
It's not fine that he likes this.
Nope.
I would rather suck a dick than watch this movie again.
Yeah, John Waters, you can suck as many dicks as you want, but if you ever recommend this movie again to me, I'm punching you.
Right in your mustache, if we can. Your pencil thin mustache. Oh, man. Crap movie. Wow. Winner of Best Film in Certain Regard at Cannes? What's that mean?
I don't know. Know. It means that it was well shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked pretty,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, like the skies and the garden and everything looks
Right.
pretty.
I would say that in certain regards means that this was a movie that was put together. Good job. Let's give them some sort of reward.
Let's give him a sticker.
Yeah. Yeah, stickers. Damn it. Also, didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a kid, you get stickers for doing something good, but
Yeah.
but not when you're like 24 or whatever those kids were.
I would wager that the son was probably in his 30s.
Really? I figure, I feel like he was supposed to be in his 20s though.
Probably,
But-
yeah.
but yeah,
he looked
yeah.
way older.
Yeah.
And the older daughter also looked like she was in her late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Also, partway through the movie, I started to wonder if they're even related.
Oh, yeah?
Because the spoiler. No spoilers, because I'm going to tell every single one of you that if you go watch this movie, you can stop listening to us right now. Ever again. I don't want you as a listener.
Oh, but what if they're like, these
I
guys
barely want you as a host for bringing us here.
What if they're like, these guys have been wrong before, maybe they're wrong now,
I'm kidding.
No.
But still, I highly recommend nobody see this movie.
I second his review there.
But at one point in the movie, the mother says she's pregnant, and she clearly isn't, because she's got to be in her 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
And so basically she and her husband figure out what she's pregnant with, which is apparently a boy and a girl and a dog.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing made me question whether these kids were kidnapped, maybe, at some point.
That's interesting.
And raised, from a very young age to be this way.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's possible.
It's just it's a theory that I made up to try to make this more interesting.
You're like, how can I stay awake? Yeah, the whole thing with the dog, too, like, that was pretty unnecessary, because there's a bunch of scenes where the dad goes to, like, talk to the dog trainer, and it's just, it didn't
pan out.
It didn't gel at all, yeah.
And he teaches the kids to act like dogs so that they can scare off the monster cats that may come into the garden in the future.
Right.
There was one scene where I found a bit of a logic problem. I mean, aside from the fact that it was in this movie. It's right at the end where, again,
spoiler.
Spoilers, but one of the daughters decides that she's had enough and she's going to leave.
After watching Rocky and Jaws.
Yeah.
She's like, I gotta see more of these. There's sequels out there to both of these movies.
And she begins quoting Rocky and Jaws after that for a while. But some of the quotes, like I've actually never seen Rocky or Jaws. Maybe Miss Classics. Actually, no, I've already decided I'm not going to see Jaws.
No.
But maybe Rocky. I don't know if those are quotes that she started spouting were actually quotes from those movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen Rocky, and I've only seen Jaws once. And in no time in Dogtooth do they mention Rocky or Jaws,
right?
By name. But I got the idea that that's what both of those were.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I would imagine those are quotes from movies, but maybe not.
Well, I think when the father finds out what has happened, he duct tapes one of the video cassettes to his hand and beats the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Rocky. I think it says Rocky on the label.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. That, and she also starts
boxing
and spitting blood, and yeah. But anyway. So she wants to see the sequels, so she takes a little weight.
A little hand weight.
Yeah, a little hand weight. And starts knocking out her teeth. So she can, again, lose her dog tooth and be able to leave the house. Because that's what this bullshit movie tells us what happens. So when the dad discovers that she's gone, he runs out of the house and he goes out onto the driveway and leaves the compound.
Mm-hmm.
Up to that point, he has told the kids that the world is poison and the only way you can survive outside is inside of a car.
Oh yeah.
So he's just walking around there and they're watching him. Actually, they're barking at him.
That's right. Yeah.
So why didn't they question that?
Huh. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And of course, this is after the older brother has sex with the older sister.
Yeah. By design of their parents.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
Yeah.
not like some weird MTV video.
Nope.
It's just like the parents encourage that. Yeah, man.
Shocking for shock's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess we're led to believe at the end of the movie that he is going to start having sex with the younger sister now, since the older sister's gone.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So what do you think happened to the sister?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, me neither. That's the right response. I was wondering if you were going to try to like surmise what happened. But yeah, just terrible movie.
If I did have to surmise, I'd say she's dead.
Yeah, because she didn't knock on the trunk or anything.
Right.
Because she escapes in the trunk when her dad goes to work.
Right.
And the movie ends with like an 8.5 minute shot of the trunk.
You're not kidding.
So what do you think their neighbors think of them? Like if they, I'm guessing they kind of live in the middle of nowhere, but I mean,
They have to have some neighbor.
yeah. Like I have grandparents that lived in the middle of nowhere and they're still like, somebody can see their house from their house. You know?
Right, yeah.
So it's like, when they're in the backyard barking and killing cats with garden shears and reenacting scenes from Jaws, like you gotta wonder if the parents or if the neighbors like haven't tried to talk to their parents about them.
Right. I don't know. And it does seem quite a bit of a distance from anything where they live.
Do they have a mailman?
Yeah, that's a good question too.
Because the mailman they would have to see him like not leaving in a car.
Right. Well, he's got the chain up outside of the road to the driveway.
Oh, that's right. They do not enter. And the mailman, I guess, in the middle of the country, typically the mailbox is like by the street, and they just pull up in a car and put the mail in. So
Right.
most likely, no deliveries.
Or maybe they just have a P.O. box.
Oh, that'd be smart. Yeah.
Because obviously, Dad runs out to get supplies that they need, meat and medicine and water, that he then removes all the labels from.
So they can't find out where they were made or what.
Right, I guess.
There's no phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But then they still have, stuff in the house that all has labels on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in English as well.
Oh, yeah?
The tape recorder at the very beginning of the movie is a Panasonic.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly says it.
And
the one girl, the outsider girl, she's a security guard of some sort, where the dad works. And it says security on her shirt in English.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Panasonic, like, that probably has the same label in every country.
It's a brand, yeah.
But still, yeah, I think it said rewind and fast forward and all that.
Right.
So, yeah. Huh. Well, they can't read English.
That's true.
But I think it's all just design.
Yeah.
Which this movie could have used more of. A little plot design.
Plot.
Editor?
That'd
have been good.
A good script. An editor. Some plot.
Man, I feel like the good idea was in there, though. Like, they just lost it and just went in a completely wrong direction.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an okay idea, but I don't think it can be fleshed out into a story. Because what little story this had could have just been, 10 minutes worth of movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would have been much better as a short film. Because sometimes the thing I like about short stories, because I read a lot of short stories as opposed to novels, mostly because of my short attention span, but also because I like how if a short story leaves you kind of with an ambiguous ending, it's a lot more acceptable than if you've,
invested an hour and a half.
Yeah. And I think this would have been a really good thing where, Yeah, like where, he just pulls away and you know that she's in the trunk and then the credits roll.
Right.
And that's like 12 minutes into the film.
Right.
And like you'd have been like, wow, I wonder if she made it. Who knows? That was interesting.
Right.
As opposed to like we watched it for what felt like 2 hours, but I think it was only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it really did feel like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And, and then you still feel like there's no closure and like it was just poorly executed.
Yeah.
It was no Goliath, but it was darn close.
Yeah. This is better than Goliath, which
is your strongest review for this movie.
I think so far. Yeah. I think that's still the worst thing we've watched.
Goliath,
maybe other than Star Wars Christmas Special.
Oh man, jeez, I don't know which one I'd rather sit through again. I really don't know. I guess that depends on the mood of the day because neither one is like seems more tempting right now than the other. I know I would rather watch Dogtooth than Star Wars or Goliath.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry I picked it.
It's alright.
Somebody out there, and you may know who you are if you're listening, you bastard. Why did you tell me this was good?
When the movie was over, I did flip over to the extras to see if there were any deleted scenes. There were a couple, but we didn't watch them. Mostly because the younger sister eventually, well, to back it up, the older sister, and by the way, none of the kids have names. Actually, nobody has names except for the outsider girl.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But the older sister and the brother are fighting over something. Like they're playing in the yard and he has like a little toy plane that he's flying around and she grabs it from him. And they kind of fight. And he chases her into the house and she grabs a knife and slices the shit out of his arm.
Yeah.
For little to no reason.
She wants that plane.
Yeah. And then after that, the younger sister also has a bandage on her arm. Same arm. But we never see why or how or...
Yeah, I don't remember seeing her get injured.
But like the movie is full of like them enduring challenges and there's a winner.
Yeah, the parents always give them stickers or toys.
Right. Yeah, and they keep looking up in the sky at planes and wondering if one is going to fall. So the parents start like throwing toy planes out into the yard.
Yeah, because I think my idea, obviously I think is the parents told them that the planes are tiny little things that are, like probably like 30 feet or 50 feet in the air.
Right.
And occasionally they fall down and that's why there's little toy planes because I guess they don't want them to think about travel. Right. But yeah, that was, like little things like that I thought were like good ideas, like as far as like adding to the whole mythos of what these parents tell their kids.
Right.
I thought that was cool, but yeah, there's just too little of that and too much of those just pointless shots and just boring scenes. Yeah.
One other slightly interesting thing, or at least as interesting as this gets, we see the father at his job, which is like a plant of some sort. The outsider girl is the security guard there. She clearly knows about what's going on in this family.
Yeah.
She's apparently down with everything that's going on, that she's willing to be, blindfolded so she doesn't know how to get to their house.
Right.
So, I wonder how that conversation gets started.
Yeah, like, do you start with, like, my son needs laid, and I'll pay you to do it. And she's like, all right. And he's like, well, there's more.
But we also see him talking to, like, one of his other coworkers at one point. And, he apparently has told that guy, like, a completely different story about why they never see his family anywhere.
Right.
You know, that, like, his wife has been crippled in some horrible accident or something like that.
And she doesn't like visitors.
Right, yeah. So, makes me wonder, you know, I don't know.
The family just seems fucked up.
Oh, of course. Of course.
But yeah, it is interesting. I think the Victoria is her name, the security guard girl.
Christina.
Yeah. She was probably the most interesting character because you're like, you know, what is going through her mind? You know, like,
right.
She's the only one that's in both worlds, you know,
right,
where she sees what's going on.
Dad,
right? Yeah. But he's clearly fucked.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I guess Christina is too if she's willing to just like go along with that,
right?
You know?
And also to like seduce the older sister with, you know, presents,
right.
Shitty presents.
Like, I'll give you a copy of Jaws on VHS if you perform cunnilingus on me.
Well, to be fair, she didn't want to give a copy of Jaws.
That's true. Yeah,
she got forced into it.
Yeah.
And also, did the father just murder her?
I don't think so.
Just beat the shit out of her?
Yeah, I think he just beat the shit out of her. I mean, you never really see... But I mean, yeah, you never see her anymore after that, so right. It's possible. Right. That'd probably be better for him, right? You know, like if she didn't know.
Right.
Because, I mean, you gotta think, like, if you stop paying someone all this money to have sex with your son, and then you beat him up with a VCR,
right.
They're probably gonna tell on you.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah.
It's usually how that scenario plays out.
Right. In the much better movie in our heads.
Yeah.
That is how that scenario
The much
goes.
shorter and better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could have been a really good 12-minute movie with a little bit more humor. But yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's all I got to say about this.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Alright, then we'll take a break.
Alright.
Beautiful, alone with my enemy, and share a bitter cup of poisoning my countenance to see his face in mine, and follow every line back to my enemy. You are my pennyroyal white fly, like an innocent child that followed every line back to my enemy. Beautiful, falling fast from a state of grace, and trusting there's a light in darkest place. My dirty knees hold the ground till it's done with me. I've come to see that beauty is a thing that is without grace. You are my pennyroyal white fly, like an innocent child that followed every line back to my enemy. Beautiful, at home with my history, and drawn a scarlet ink with the tears of mercy. My battle wounds laid to rest. lost in a treasure box and thinking of the scars as the truth of my story. You are my penny royal wine flood, like an innocent child that followed every line back to my enemy.
Welcome back.
Hello. Yep.
So we went and watched the movie again, and turns out we both actually love it the second time around.
What do you know? It's just one of those things.
Just needed a second watch.
Yeah.
So disregard everything we said.
Yep.
In fact, rush out and get the Criterion Collection. And burn it. Boy.
Yep. Oh well.
That's why I should only ever pick comics. I mean, like, I don't mind if you still pick movies. I'll just pick 2 comics in a row. Or this thing happens from time to time.
But I usually like your comic picks even less.
That's true. Yeah. But at least you can just, like I've found in my experience, you can just close the book anytime you want. The movie, you have to sit through the entire thing.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh man.
It's bound to happen. Not every movie can be great.
No.
Not every comic can be great.
That's what makes movies like Alien and, I don't know. What's the last other awesome movie we watched?
Conan.
That's what makes movies like that good, is movies like Dogtooth.
Right.
You compare them to that and you're like, wow. Not only was it good, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
So thanks, Dogtooth.
Yeah.
For making everything else a little bit better.
Maybe that is its purpose on this planet.
Yeah.
Maybe the director thought, sometimes things just aren't as awesome as they can be. I think, let's make the shittiest movie we possibly can to up the awesomeness of everything around us.
Yeah. People will be celebrating when they watch a mediocre film from now on.
So what's up?
Oh, yeah, nothing. I went and looked at speaking of awesome artwork,
Yeah.
and works of art, I went and saw the Norman Rockwell exhibit at the Art Institute today.
So take 2.
Take 2, yeah.
You actually stand in line for 2 hours?
No, it was made maybe like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, we showed up. I met my girlfriend Kathleen there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I'd never met her before. We'd only online dated before.
Nice.
And yeah, she's not at all what I expected.
Yeah. So probably not gonna be the second time.
Like, well, I don't know. I mean, she's actually a 46-year-old black man.
Oh.
And I have nothing against, dating someone of another, color or race or, the wrong gender. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it just was unexpected. And,
Right.
she put forth this facade for 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see it's kind of like the Dogtooth of meeting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was weird because we bonded so much over all the artwork
Right.
that I think we've overcome all of the differences and expectations. Because I did tell her I was a 26-year-old Latino man that
Right.
deals drugs instead of works at a comic shop,
Right.
and she found that like alluring somehow,
Right,
sexy.
yeah, right.
That's the word she used, but.
Well, I think if you would have said any career over comic shop employee, probably would have.
More sexy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what could be more sexy than a guy that works at a comic shop and in his free time draws pictures of himself and records a podcast with his buddy.
Right.
What's sexier than that?
If that same person lived at home with his mom.
Oh, perfect. You're talking about Rico Suave there. Does anybody remember that other than me and Eric?
Oh, Gerardo.
So no, we got there at 10 a.m. sharp.
Yeah.
And there was like hardly anybody there. I mean, there was like people there, but comparatively, there was hardly anybody there. And we spent a couple hours looking at Norman Rockwell original art. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
And like the very final thing in the exhibit, spoiler, is like they have one room and it's like hundreds of Saturday Evening Post magazines like framed on the walls that he did covers for. They've I think he did like 320 something of them.
Wow.
And they have them all there like chronologically.
Right.
So you can like just go through and look at them all and see how he progressed. And
wow.
it was pretty awesome.
It is awesome. Sweet.
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. It was kind of inspiring because his artwork is, as everybody on the planet knows, I mean, it's super cartoony, but it's also still like just impressively detailed.
Super cartoony.
Well, I mean, every character's, like, it's weird because they're realistic, but they're so like, they're exaggerated in a cartoony way, their features and their postures.
Super.
To me, it's like a super cartoony version of real life.
I think it is just a slightly exaggerated version of real life.
Yeah.
They're just caricaturized enough to be, cartoony.
Right.
But, like, when you say super cartoony, I imagine, like, stuff you do or stuff like Scotty Young does.
Right.
That's super cartoony.
Okay.
Impossible things,
Right. Well, he does have a mermaid on one cover. That's pretty impossible.
I've seen mermaids.
Oh. Well, damn it. Man. I need to get out of the backyard more.
Yep.
If only Mom would let me leave the house.
Only when your dog tooth falls out.
I'm gonna get a hand weight. I want to go to Meijer tonight to buy some new pants. I'm gonna also pick up a hand weight and smash my teeth out. Then I'll see mermaids. Like a real man. But, no, I mean, it was inspiring because this stuff is so, like, not only is it, like, impressively detailed and whatnot, but it's, like, he always, depicts, like, the best, like, attributes of, people. Like, everything is, like, people seem good and wholesome, even though, I mean, he also has some, like, 60s civil rights artwork that's, depicts, like, racism and, like, the darker side of things, but he always goes back to, like, the potential to be good in people. And it's kind of inspiring because, everything is kind of cynical these days. So it was nice to see, like, hundreds of pictures of, people helping each other and doing funny things and, that was cool. It's inspiring.
Right.
You don't like that kind of stuff?
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty sure that the world has always been cynical.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it seems like it's a common theme in artwork and movies and, like that's the kind of humor that's prevalent now for people our age. For people our age?
I think, across all ages, yes. Mm-hmm. Across all generations, all times.
Cynical humor?
Yes.
It seems like it's pretty prevalent these days.
No, I think it's prevalent throughout time.
Really?
All the time.
I don't know. I mean, I
think people choose to only want to think of the good things in the past because, gosh darn it, weren't those the best days ever?
Right.
They weren't.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, in artwork I've seen, like, I mean, his stuff isn't super, super old. I mean, it goes through the 70s, but I mean, it seems like even then, his stuff is
just him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like his personality.
They're just his style.
Yeah.
They're what he was paid to do.
Right.
Possibly.
But I mean, that's cool every once in a while to enjoy, stuff like that.
I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying that I don't think it was prevalent.
Oh, I'm not saying it was prevalent then. I'm saying cynicism is prevalent now.
No, that's what I am saying, is that cynicism was always prevalent.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I haven't seen as much artwork from those time periods as I have from the present, because it seems like the present, it's like, especially movies and TV, everything's like most of the humor, especially stuff that's actually funny, is a little bit more cynical than it seems like it used to be. I don't know.
I'm sticking with my theory on it.
Yeah.
That, it always was. Well, before we were ever even alive.
Right.
Cynicism prevails.
That's possible. I just see it a lot these days. So it was nice. I'm just saying, I'm not saying like everything is cynical other than stuff from the 70s. I'm just saying like it was nice for me in 2012 to like see a bunch of funny stuff that wasn't cynical.
Okay.
Like in this day. Like I don't care when it was made. I'm just saying like, you know, it was refreshing to see something different. So yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was a good time. So I'm glad I went because it's open for another week. So if you are anywhere near Dayton, Ohio, it's open through the 5th. It's totally worth $15, which is what it costs.
Right. Nobody's listening.
Nobody in Dayton, or just nobody?
Nobody.
Okay.
You know how I know? Because nobody's entered our local contest.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That is now 3 episodes old.
And we do have, like, I looked just to make sure we still do have, like, dozens of copies at work.
Yeah.
So we could satisfy our listenership 10 times over.
Yeah.
With the amount of copies we have.
Because you have 10.
Yeah. At least. Yeah. No, there's more like 8. But still. So yeah.
So we're just talking to each other anymore. We're just really recording each other for posterity.
That's fine.
Because nobody listens.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Maybe, do you want a copy of Local?
I have a copy of Local.
Oh, damn it, I do too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, how about you? Anything else fun and exciting going on?
Nope. Not fun.
Yeah.
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 My car died.
It's not fun.
No, it's not. Because I need that to do stuff.
To leave how are you gonna, like, no one can get outside your driveway now, safely.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just stuck here.
Might as well just throw away your garden shears and let yourself be mauled by kittens.
Yep. Oh, wouldn't that be adorable?
That would be a way to go, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be up there. No.
So yeah, my car died, and that's that's pretty much everything that's weighing on me currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, my life is now ruined because of that.
Yeah. Nothing else? Nothing else? Nothing else you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I guess I do have something I can talk about. I guess some might call it a bright spot.
Yeah.
I guess I would consider it a bright spot. So the longtime listener has been here for again, I don't know why I'm talking to a listener and we have none. So for the pretend longtime listener, they've been here. They've heard the stories. They've heard the actual things happening
several times.
But the long national nightmare is finally ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. My neighbors are moving.
Applause. Yay.
I was told Friday evening by my mom, and then confirmed Saturday afternoon by my landlord that my neighbors are moving out. And sometime in February, so like in 2 weeks, they will be gone. It really almost makes the whole car thing not even matter.
I was gonna say, like when you told me about your car, you seemed, bummed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you were still, like, in a pretty decent mood the rest of the night. I think you were riding on that cloud still.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking forward to finding out what the hell's wrong with my car and how much it is going to cost to fix, but, neighbor's not going to be here anymore.
Yeah.
It's really made a lot of things seem lighter.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, I still have to put up with their bullshit, as I have all evening, all morning.
A couple more weeks.
A couple more weeks, though.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Compared to what you've endured.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations to them. I hope they find a place that's so amazing that they never want to leave that place.
I am just, well, they're apparently moving to a house. So I guess I'm a little upset that they're not going to inflict the hell that they cause on anyone else.
Aww.
But maybe they will, because they do like to take their fights outside.
Right.
So maybe, they'll, and I think they're still living in this relative area.
Oh, really?
Which is far more rednecky than probably what they're used to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So maybe, they'll take one of their fights outside and, get some redneck, pissed off and, weaponry will be,
okay.
employed.
I was wondering, why do you
I want my neighbors dead,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
I was like, why do you want them to, inflict their annoyance on another neighbor? But I see.
Yeah.
You just have a bigger plan.
And also because I can't be the only one to have suffered.
Misery loves company.
Yes.
It's some tried and true statements.
Well,
You know me, ever the optimist. I hope everybody ends up in a better situation. Maybe they move into some place and, like, they're happier and then they get along with each other. And, like, then
I don't think that's
they
happening.
become a little nicer towards each other. That'd be cool.
I really don't think that's happening. Considering that we ran into them yesterday. And they were arguing with each other.
At the Circle K.
At the Circle K parking lot in their car. As I begged you to pull away. So that there wouldn't be any kind of interaction. Accidental or otherwise.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, we pull up into a parking spot and, like, they just happen to be in the next parking spot over. You're like, leave. So we left. Oh, man.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry that they're leaving.
Yeah. I could see you even helping them, like, carry stuff out to the U-Haul. You're like, here you go. Like, they're like, oh, not so fast. You're, like, running.
If for some reason my car is still dead, I would happily call a tow truck just to move it out of this parking lot so that they have plenty of room for the U-Haul.
That's something. Yeah. Man. Yeah, you should at least tell your landlord to maybe strengthen his interview process.
Yeah, I told him to make sure that whoever he rents it to next, let them know that I go to bed early and I get up early.
Yeah.
And I don't like noise.
I can see how that would be, that would get old quick.
Yeah. Because I can hear everything that goes on up there if you're loud and obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 neighbors prior to them. Never heard a peep out of them.
Right. Yeah, so it's not like you're just whining about someone
Right.
walking in their socks across the carpet.
Right.
Yeah, these obviously are, loud individuals.
Yeah. And you've been here to witness it.
Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations. See, that's something.
Yeah.
Maybe this is your year. Things will be turning around.
Maybe.
Thinking positive.
No.
It's the key.
Yeah, sure. Hi. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good to hear.
Well, anything else fun, worth reporting, or?
No. Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Guess I can pick a comic. We can get out of here.
Sure.
Alrighty.
I like reading comics.
Yeah.
In fact, I read some, no, I didn't. I read some earlier today. I did not.
Oh, okay. What did you read earlier today?
I read part of The Visible Man. It's an actual fictional novel by Chuck Klosterman.
Ooh.
He usually only writes, like, nonfiction. And I've read a few of his nonfiction things, and I really, really, really like his writing style. So, got it from the library. See how that goes.
All right. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Thank you. This fiction, man, it's a weird realm.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna throw down some more fiction on you.
Oh.
And I'm gonna make you interrupt your reading of a book
Uh-oh.
with a funny book. It's a book that I have read before. It's about 6 years old or something like that. I've decided to revisit it just because I wanted to see if it was still held up or not.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna inflict it on you.
Sweet. Inflict away.
I am inflicting. It's called Madrix.
Madrix.
Yep.
Oh, the Multiple Man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did he have his own series?
5-issue miniseries in 2004.
I don't remember this.
Written by Peter David, drawn by Pablo Riamondi.
Huh.
It's the series that sort of led into the restarting of X Factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like Peter David.
Yeah.
I've never read that.
Yeah.
In fact, it's been too long since I've read some Peter David, so that's cool.
All right.
Sweetness, brah.
Cool. Alrighty. That's all I got.
Well, yeah, looking forward to it.
All right.
Later on.
See you.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook. Or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.